Hello, dear listeners. Settle in, unwind, and let the ordinary fade away. Tonight, we have a tale that will linger in your thoughts long after it ends. So get cozy, take a deep breath, and remember, sometimes the creak in the floorboards isn't just your imagination. Let's begin. Blood-chilling mystery of the Werewolf of Allendale, a terrifying true story that'll make you think twice about walking alone in the moonlight. Buckle up, because this isn't just another campfire tale. This is a real-life nightmare that's been hunting the shadows of Northumberland for generations. Some legends are born of whispers. Some nightmares emerge from the shadows between reality and imagination. And some stories are hunting you right now. This is the true account of the Werewolf of Allendale, a tale that has haunted the remote landscapes of Northumberland for generations, a story that local authorities have desperately tried to suppress, and that locals speak only of in terrified, hushed tones. The year was 2005. The location? A desolate stretch of farmland just outside the small market town of Allendale, where ancient stone walls mark boundaries older than memory, and where the wilderness holds secrets darker than the night itself. The first encounter. Thomas Redfern was not a man prone to fantasy or supernatural speculation. A third-generation farmer with weathered hands and eyes that had seen countless seasons, he was practical, grounded, the last person anyone would expect to tell a tale of supernatural terror. That late autumn evening, as dusk painted the Northumberland's landscape in muted greys and deep purples, Thomas was walking his loyal border collie, Moss, along the perimeter of his family's ancestral lands. The wind carried a peculiar chill, not just of temperature, but of something primal. Moss suddenly went rigid, his hackles raised, a low growl emerging from deep in his throat, a sound Thomas had never heard from his typically calm companion. And then Thomas saw it. Standing approximately 200 yards away in the harvested wheat field, silhouetted against the dying light, was a creature that defied every rational explanation. Tall, at least 7 feet, with the muscular structure of a human, but covered in dense silver-grey fur. Its head was distinctly wolf-like, yet its posture was unnervingly human. When Thomas shouted, more from shock than bravery, the creature didn't retreat. Instead, it unleashed a howl so unnatural, so bone-chilling, that it seemed to vibrate through the very soil beneath his feet. A sound that wasn't just heard, but felt. A primal communication that spoke of hunger, of ancient predatory instincts, and then movement. The creature ran, but ran is too mundane a word. It dissolved into the landscape, moving with a speed that violated every law of physics, disappearing into the dense woodlands that bordered the field. Moss refused to move, trembling, whimpering, completely uncharacteristic for a working farm dog. The local legends. What Thomas witnessed was not an isolated incident. The Allendale region has a dark, complex history of werewolf sightings dating back centuries. Local folklore speaks of a bloodline, a curse that manifests during specific lunar cycles, transforming certain individuals into something neither human nor animal. Interviews with local elders reveal a pattern. Every few decades during late autumn, when the harvest moon hangs low and heavy, sightings increase. Farmers report livestock mutilations. Hunters speak of tracks that begin human and end lupine. And always, always that sound, that impossible howl. The deep mystery. Researchers who've investigated these claims discovered something even more terrifying. DNA samples from mysterious animal attacks in the region show a genetic anomaly. Fragments of human and canine DNA intertwined in ways modern science cannot explain. Local historian Margaret Blackwood, who has spent decades documenting these encounters, believes the Allendale werewolf is more than a mere creature. It's a manifestation, a living embodiment of something older, something waiting. It chooses its moments, she told us in a rare interview. Not random, not mindless, deliberate. The ongoing terror. Thomas Redfern never spoke publicly about what he saw that evening, but those who know him say something changed. He sold his farm months later, moving far from Allendale. But the sightings continue, waiting, watching, hunting. Some stories don't end, they merely pause. Everything you've heard is based on extensive local research and eyewitness accounts. The Werewolf of Allendale is more than a legend. It's a warning. I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you so much for listening. If you do have any comments, leave them down below. And until the next time, have a good evening. Wherever you are in the world, take care.